The first time I saw Ethan, he was standing by his locker, laughing with his friends. And just like that, I had a crush. I know it sounds silly, but when you're 16, sometimes all it takes is one smile. The problem was that Ethan barely knew I existed. While I noticed everything about him, he hardly looked my way. I knew his favorite basketball team. I knew he always arrived exactly 5 minutes before class. I even knew he bought the same chocolate milk every lunch break. Meanwhile, I was just another girl in the hallway. At least that's what I thought. My best friend Lily loved teasing me. You stare at him like he's a movie star. I do not. You absolutely do. I always denied it, but secretly she was right. Then one rainy afternoon, something unexpected happened. I was struggling with my umbrella when a gust of wind turned it completely inside out. I stood there looking ridiculous. Suddenly, someone laughed beside me. I turned around. It was Ethan. "Oh, wow," he said, trying not to smile. "Your umbrella lost that fight." I wanted the ground to swallow me whole. Instead, I laughed too, and for the first time we actually talked. It lasted less than 5 minutes, but that night, I replayed every second in my head. What I didn't know was that Ethan would spend that same night thinking about me too. After that day, Ethan started saying hello whenever he saw me. Then hello became conversations. Conversations became friendship. And friendship slowly became something more. My favorite moments were always the smallest ones. Like when we studied together in the library. Every time our hands reached for the same book, both of us pulled away immediately. Then we'd laugh awkwardly. Or the afternoons when we walked home together. Neither of us wanted the walk to end. So we'd keep finding excuses to take the longer route. One day, we were sitting on the school bleachers watching the sunset. The wind was cold. Without saying anything, Ethan took off his hoodie and handed it to me. "What about you?" "I'll survive." The hoodie smelled like his cologne. I wore it for the rest of the evening. And yes, I slept with it beside my pillow. A few weeks later, we attended the school dance. Neither of us was brave enough to ask the other. So we both arrived with groups of friends. For almost an hour, we stayed on opposite sides of the room. Then Ethan finally walked over. His hands looked as nervous as mine felt. "Would you like to dance?" I thought my heart might stop. When he placed his hand in mine, I realized something. I wasn't the only nervous one. He was too. And somehow that made the moment even sweeter. By then, I was completely in love with him. I had fallen first, long before he ever noticed me, but I still had no idea how deeply he had fallen for me. A few months before graduation, Ethan gave me a small notebook. "Don't open it until tomorrow." Of course, that was impossible. I opened it the moment I got home. Inside were dozens of pages. At first, I thought it was a journal. Then I realized something. Every page was about me. The first page said, "The girl with the broken umbrella." I smiled immediately. As I kept reading, tears filled my eyes. He had written about every moment. The first time we talked. The first time we walked home together. The day I lent him a pen. The day I wore his hoodie. The day we danced. Things I barely remembered. Things he never forgot. Then I reached the final page. The words were simple. "I know you fell first." My heart skipped. Underneath, he had written, "But somewhere along the way I fell harder." I couldn't stop crying. Happy tears. The kind that come when you realize how deeply someone loves you. The next day, I found him sitting under our favorite tree after school. Before he could say anything, I hugged him. Tightly, he laughed. "I'll take that as a good sign." It is. Years have passed since then. Life has changed. We've grown up, but I still keep that notebook. Because every time I read it, I'm reminded of something important. Love isn't always about who falls first. Sometimes it's about who stays, who remembers, who chooses you every day. I may have fallen first, but Ethan, he definitely fell harder. And honestly, that's still my favorite love story.